So the trailer for Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms was awesome. I'm super excited. I enjoyed the first animated movie. This one I think is going to be even better. So I decided to, let's keep the conversation going and let's break down that trailer and see if we can find some many Easter eggs, some goodness, and some stuff they showed us really quickly and get some more detail about the characters that we have not seen previously in either a movie or an animated movie. Let's do it. Okay, so we open up the trailer basically going for looks like the tournament, and what I find really interesting is, we kind of got the same overhead shot from the movie where it was like the two statues going together. It was like Fujin and Rain or somebody else, and we kind of got this overhead shot, and you can see like there's dragons kind of flying off above them, to kind of emulate that this is obviously not an Earth realm. It's probably Outworld or somewhere. But, we kind of got that same glimpse with the Kintaro when she was flying around. So it's cool that this is like the venue, and you have all these Outworld people, like very Colosseum and, Rome-like. And it's just kind of cool to see that in action. And you can kind of see like the little, I guess, boundary markers, or if they're going to be used for fighting. You have like spokes or something in them, which obviously are going to be dangerous for our fighters. So it's kind of cool to see that they're kind of giving you a overarching view of this is the arena, guys. It's a tournament. Let's get ready for it. So then we get to see some of our audience members who we know they're made up of people from Outworld, Netherrealm, whoever can just kind of dwell in together. That's who makes up our audience, and it's kind of cool to see because in the previous animated film, that's where we saw Natara and who we thought was Baraka, but evidently there may not have been those characters. They just may have been the species of characters, but that's who we kind of have seen. So there we go. We can see Shao Kahn's throne off in the distance, and it looks like, I think in this scene, it looks like Liu Kang and possibly Shang Tsung. That might be that is. And then we have Jax and Sonya kind of watching off in the distance. So I'm guessing it's, obviously tournament style. It's going to be two people going at it. So obviously they'll do it in some particular order. And I'm guessing Liu Kang and Shang Tsung may be an early fight. I'm guessing if he's going to battle Shao Kahn directly later on in the movie, this must be an earlier battle. So there we go. We see Liu Kang approaching Shao Kahn. That's an interesting, I've seen this kind of, these patterns in the back. You can see kind of like, I guess that's Shao Kahn's banner. That's an interesting design. Sorry, just noticed this seems very interesting. So here we can see that, I don't think we saw that when Liu Kang is fighting Shang Tsung, but we see in here that he's got some type of burnt arm or some type of extra power ability that they want us to let us know he can do this, that will help him be a formidable foe for Shao Kahn. He's like, come here, Liu Kang, let's do this. Let's battle. And so I really like that. So when they meet up and they fight fist to fist and they have that kind of like gust of energy when that goes out, you can obviously see that they could be equally matched. And it reminds me a lot of Dragon Ball and the Dragon Ball Z series. So it's just kind of cool to see that. And even though like the way they're fighting and they're blocking and stuff like that, it's very reminiscent of the Dragon Ball stuff. Oh, and he gets the uppercut. So I think it's really cool. Like usually, you would think that Shao Kahn's, you've seen in different iterations where his hammer is something that's like an actual like just physical mallet, or now it's actually something he can manifest through his powers, which we've seen like in MK3 and some other video games. So it's cool that they're doing that in this iteration. I love this. I love the dragon becoming the emblem. So this is obviously our heroes that we've seen in the previous film. And I guess it's Shao Kahn he's about to talk to. Yeah. There's the realms. And again, it's the same heroes. When I was watching, I was like, show us some more of the new characters. Like we've seen these guys before. He's right in this. It's Earthrealm heroes. And there's obviously, I think this is maybe a flashback scene that we're going to see. Obviously, there's demons that get killed. These are the same kind of demons we saw in the Netherrealm. Yeah, so it's obviously, I guess, the Battle of the Realms. This is obviously, I guess, Earthrealm maybe being attacked, or maybe if it's Outworld being attacked by Netherrealm, we don't really quite know. So here's one of our only shots that we get to see of Kintaro, and he looks good. He looks good. He looks more demon-like in his face than he does, Goro, like a relative of Goro, and more Tiger. I mean, I can kind of see it, but in his face, he looks more to me like a demon than anything else, more than just like, instead of like a monster. And of course, we see all the various, I guess that could be a demon, or maybe if it's to cartons, we see Jade kind of off to the side of Shao Kahn, then we see Reiko kind of back there too. And this one we see Scorpion and Raiden. It looks like maybe he's going to give him a history lesson about the Kamidogu and how he can stop Shinnok from summoning the One Being. Yeah, that's exactly what he's going to do. And so there we go. So this is the part he's talking about where all these various realms will merge together and it'll cause great devastation and the One Being will be summoned and so on and so on. There's Kung Lao. There's Jax, and that's what I liked about this time around. I think he's got the American flag on him. I don't know if he had on the last one, but, obviously just heightening up the military aspect of that. Katana. Again, our heroes. You can see Stryker in the background on this one. Now, when I saw him, I don't know. I mean, Stryker is a very plain-looking character to begin with, so it's not like he needed to look. He looks like a police guy, so I guess he just looks like a character. I guess I wonder how they're going to bring him in and what exactly he's going to do. He's usually related to the Black Dragon clan, so Cabal, who's supposed to be in this one, which I don't think we've seen yet. So maybe he has that or Kano, but other than that, I don't know. He's just kind of So here we have, looks like Shang Tsung is on their side or leading them along. So here is probably our only shot of all of our main new villains for this one. So we have Mileena, who I didn't really like her face. She looks very like old lady-ish. Like she looks very mature. And she also kind of looks like Mean Girl stuck up-ish. I don't know. That's just my personal opinion. But I do like the headdress that she has going. I like her outfit. It's very reminiscent of what we saw in MK11 in the recent DLC release. There's Kintaro again. And I still just, his face is the only thing that really bothers me. Is it reminds me of like a gargoyle or a demon or something. Not so much him being a relative of Goro. But I like everything else about him. I love Devorah. I love that she looks very sinister and mysterious just in this one little pose. There's Reiko. His little emblem looks kind of weird, but I like him because he looks very video game and comic book accurate, and I like it. And I wish that's what we had gotten in the movie. I guess that's Baraka this time around. He is in this one. It looks like he's in there. And of course we have Jade, who is on this side. Seems like she could be with the bad guys, but I think maybe she might deflect to the good guys. That's just my theory. So we have the arena again, and we have the same throne. This one looks a little bit different this time around. Maybe this is more Shang Tsung. There's Shao Kahn. I love Joel McHale. I think he's a really good voice for Johnny Cage. Now here looks like this could be Shao Kahn's headquarters, or maybe this is what's to come if something were to actually happen and stuff merges together. We're not quite sure. Looks like well, there's Shang Tsung right there. So obviously this is probably actually we kind of see this a little bit in the first Mortal Kombat or the second one where we kind of see, tower kind of blow away, and this is where Shao Kahn is. So this could be his tower. And here's our story about Liu Kang being the prophecy of the chosen one that could take down Shao Kahn. Now, I thought this was cool. So these are obviously the Elder Gods. And I like that they kind of take on the effect of an animal and whatever power they possess. So this is obviously the Elder Gods. And what I liked about this one is when I saw this, I thought he looks a lot like Robert Englund, the guy that plays Freddy Krueger. So interesting style of animation. But in this scene, here is obviously all the Elder Gods. And I think what's interesting is they kind of mimic a lot of the Greek god look. So they all seem to have different ethnicities, which I think is cool because I guess they have different realms or whatever. So I think this is very interesting, and I want them to dive in more to this to give us more history of the lore, because that's always been my fan of Mortal Kombat. So there's obviously Shao Kahn in the background. This is the initial battle we saw from the beginning of the trailer. Shang Tsung. I like Old Man Shang Tsung. The fight. And then there's going to be a montage. So there's Devorah getting your butt kicked by Sonya Blade. Who was that fighting Johnny Cage, though? Was it Cabal? No, it's Devorah. Interesting. So 2 people need to take on Devorah. So there's Raiden versus Katana. And then, who is that? That looks like... interesting. I don't know who's in this one. Maybe it's Kintaro. It looks like it could be Kintaro against somebody, maybe just an Earthrealm peon or something. There's Raiden versus Reiko. There's Liu Kang. Looks like that was Jade. And then here we go, and this looks like it's either... yeah, it looks like a Kamidogu, so this is obviously going to be Scorpion going to retrieve that. I'm not really sure what realm this is. I'll have to look it up when I have the video. Maybe Chaos Realm? No, not Chaos Realm. It's some type of realm. It could be Center of Earth or something, but he's obviously trying to get them before Shinnok or whoever's retrieving them can get them first. So this is cool. So we have, looks like, I don't know if that's a Lin Kuei warrior or if that's Smoke, but we also have Sector and Cyrax, and they look great. They look really good. They look really beefed up, but they look great. And then obviously there's Kuai Liang, the Sub-Zero, so we're going to get some Lin Kuei action going on, so which is a follow-up from the last movie. And then we got what looks like 2 strikers, but I'm guessing that could probably be Shang Tsung versus Striker, maybe. Yeah, and there's Raiden again. And there's Scorpion, obviously, probably on his journey when he's getting the Kamidogus. So that's interesting. So we have... so this is probably Kuai Liang again, or maybe it could be Bihan. We'll see with his face covering on. Okay, I'm going to go back to that. Shinnok. Right there. That's what I want. So obviously that's like the only shot we see of Shinnok. So obviously we know that he gets them before Scorpion. Obviously they have to have some type of big climax in the movie. So if it's not the tournament, obviously it's going to be that Shinnok is able to try to summon the one being, and maybe that's the part where we see all those realms start to come together. So he's able to get all of them. And obviously there's Scorpion again. Looks like he's another realm. And there's a good shot of Mileena versus Sonya. There's Jade and Liu Kang. So there's... see, it looks like Reiko's getting the crap beat out of him. So I saw this and thought, you know, when he's doing that, does he taste the blood? I don't know, he's kind of weird looking with that on there. And the Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms. So yeah, I think it's going to be a great animated movie. I think it's going to obviously build off from the next one. I think there's a lot more going on in this one than the last one. I know that sounds kind of weird because we obviously had Earthrealm heroes fighting, you know, Shang Tsung and his villains while Scorpion was obviously getting his revenge on Bihan. But I think in this one, I think there's going to be a lot more going on. And I just hope that, one, the runtime is really good. And I just hope that maybe we do get some, you know, we get better story, or we get better story and better character outcomes for like Reiko. Like I don't want Reiko, Jade. I don't want any of the villains just to be like throwaways. Like give us something of substance for them versus just being easy people to kill off. Don't do like the Mortal Kombat live action movie. But overall, I like it. I'm really excited for it. Of course, I'll be doing a review. If there's any other tidbit details in between, then I'll try to cover them. But I'm really excited for this animated movie. And what I hope from this is if this one is successful, maybe they can revisit some type of animated series in general. Like there's a ton of Mortal Kombat stories that will never be told, like from the comic books, you know, Havoc story, stuff like that. I would love to see some of that happen in like other animated forms if they can't give it to live action movie. Give it to us like an HBO Max series or something. I love that. So what are your thoughts down below about the trailer overall? What stuff did you notice? I'd love to hear it down below. And yeah, are you going to watch Mortal Kombat Legends Battle of the Realms? That's it for this video, guys. If you enjoyed, hit the like button. Once that's all, make sure to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time on the Mashup.